Hey everybody, Tony here from H4G Games. Just got home from work, hence my work attire. Dog. So here's what we're doing today. Here's the plan: is I'm gonna attempt to do like a midnight release for the SNES Classic here, one of the local. It's not local, it's like Midwestern department store chains called Meijer. It's like a grocer department store thing. Doesn't matter. Point is that we're gonna attempt to get an SNES Classic tonight. And the reason why is because, you know, I had to grow up in a world where where, you know, I couldn't play Star Fox 2 on officially sanctioned Nintendo hardware, you know, and I don't want my son to live in a world where he can't either. You know, I think that's very important for me and my family to be able to officially play Star Fox 2, the complete final build, real hardware, all that good stuff, all 10 frames per chugging second. I want it, I want it, I want it. We're gonna attempt to get it tonight, see if I can do my family proud, bring glory to my ancestors in Valhalla, and go from there. So I'll keep you posted throughout the evening. All right, it's about 9:15 or so Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to Meijer. We're going to see what the line looks like and whether this is going to be possible or not. Wish me luck. All right, walking through Meijer. We're going to see. I'm already pretty tired. We're going to see what's going on here. So there's like no one here. I thought there'd be people here, like a line or something. There's nothing.
Okay, so I just went to the Rochester Meijer, which had told me to return to it at 10 p.m. I showed up at about 9:58 p.m. and found some people sitting in like what appeared to be a line. And as soon as I walked up, I was like, "Oh, hey, wow, this is there's a really the structure to this line. This is impressive." And, you know, I chat very, very briefly with them, and one of them says, "Oh, hey, you don't have a voucher." And I stare at them, and I'm like, well, "What do you mean a voucher? It's a line." They're like, "Oh, no, they're already sold out. Over 2 hours before they're supposed to go on sale." So, the place that I asked them specifically, I came in like 2 in the afternoon. I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have these? When should I come back? What's the deal?" They said just come back, before 10 would be a good idea, and you'll have a great spot in the line. And I get there before 10, and they literally have none to sell me. So, thanks, Nintendo, you useless pieces of shit. I don't know how many times we told you make more, but I guess you just don't like money. You just love scalpers.
Alright, so I was at the wrong place in the last one. I could have gotten an SNES Classic, but apparently they didn't have the line actually in electronics, so I'm going to another one here.
So Tony just called me and informed me that he's got a lead in Royal Oak, and I said there's only 5 more available there, so chances are I could not possibly get there in time. So I'm gonna try the one way north at 26 Mile, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have the exact same thing happen to me. They're gonna just pre-sell all of them. I'm gonna find like a group that's like, "Oh, too bad, so sad. You haven't been here since 7, even though I was out working all day today so that I could afford this, and only just managed to finish my day so that I could and get back in time." So yeah, so far the Super Nintendo Classic experience is a 0 out of 10.
Just went to the second one. They had called in and said, yeah, they got 15 available and there's only 10 people in line. I get there, it says 14 available, and there are 14 people in line. So I'm not going to a third place tonight. Hell, I got the ROM of the leaked Star Fox 2. Would have been great to play it on real hardware. I'm gonna go to one place tomorrow morning, but I mean, like, come on, like, seriously. I think people are looking at me weird, but I mean, like, what the hell? Like, do I have to go to store after store after store to get this friggin' thing just so it can get, like, scalped and I can buy it for $200 later? I'm not doing that. Like, this is bullshit. Like, I shouldn't have to go place to place to place to get a damn Nintendo toy, okay? I went to one place, stood in line for 2.5 hours, but there were plenty of them when I got my Switch, okay? So why is it easier to get a damn Nintendo Switch than it is to get a tiny little trinket Super Nintendo toy? This is bullshit, is what it is. I'm not gonna fucking take it anymore. I'm not gonna go any more places tonight. This is BS. I'm gonna go one more place tomorrow.
Okay, so the location at 26 Mile has already sold out. That's pretty much it.
You know what really pisses me off about this whole thing? Okay, what really pisses me off about this whole damn thing is that I almost had it pre-ordered. You know about the whole thing where, like, Walmart or something, I think it was Walmart, had it up at like 5 a.m. and everybody missed out, right? Okay, so there's that. And then during the day, the following day, morning came into the afternoon, a bunch of the online retailers had it available for pre-order. I was on GameStop's website the moment that it went out for pre-order, and that website froze on me. Same thing happened with me for Best Buy, all right? And then on top of that, I was at Target.com, and I went ahead and I was like, oh my God, I see it, it's available. You know, I was clicking refresh, all that stuff, and it's finally available. And I'm stumbling my words a little bit because I'm tired, but it's finally available, and I throw it in my cart, but I wasn't like a Target shopper, so I spent like 30 seconds setting up a quick account, whatever, get the hell out of there, and go to checkout. And guess what? It was ripped out of my cart. Well, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking probably like, okay, well, Tony, you know, limited supply, you didn't check out in time, it went away, whatever, that's online shopping, okay? But imagine if I was at Target, like a brick and mortar Target, okay? And I'm shopping, and I get some cereal, and I throw some cereal in my cart, okay? And 30 seconds go by, or 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, or a half hour, I'm happily shopping away, and, an employee comes up and says, hey, someone else wants that, you've been shopping for a while, you have no choice, I'm taking it out of your cart, and I'm putting it in someone else's cart. That is literally what happened, but in a digital sense, right? So it's okay for that to happen online, but if that happened in real life, you'd be outraged. Everyone would lose their minds, right? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I was infuriated. Absolutely infuriated by that. And now I can't find a damn, now I can't go into a brick and mortar store and find one.
We're all just here to buy Star Fox 2, and half the people who are in line were like half my age. It's like, yeah, some 15-year-old really knows the struggle of waiting this long for Star Fox 2. Yeah, sure. I know that's a pretty bitchy, kind of ridiculous argument to make, but it does kind of grind my gears. I want that game. I want to play that game. But they literally won't sell it to me because they won't make enough of them. God, now I just get to go home empty-handed.
Alrighty, quick audio recording on my end here. I'm sure you can hear some of that great Michigan roadage in the background. I am driving. Not enough light for a video, so I'm just doing an audio recording, but we're going to go to Best Buy. People are lining up starting around 7 o'clock, according to the email that I got from them. It was about 6:43. I was going to swing by a Krispy Kreme because I refuse to support Starbucks because their coffee is too bitter, and grab some coffee. some cafefe, and that'll probably be my downfall, guaranteed. A man just wants to get a little bit of coffee, and lo and behold, he misses his place in line. Guaranteed that's going to be the story. But, in reality, though, I'm a little calmer from last night, but people will say they're starting to line up at 7. I mean, that's 3 hours early. It's raining. It's cold. I don't know if the line's going to be inside, outside, or whatever. But chances are people are really lining up at like 6 or 5 or 4 or something like that. I think I'm probably going to get there, and it's going to be a no-go. But we'll see what happens. We'll record some footage if I get there, and it's, reasonable.
So, here's what I consider to be an interesting little thing that I think in some way deserves to be recorded. So the Sterling Heights, I'm sorry. Let me begin again. Ugh, Jesus, throat. The Sterling Heights one, I believe, was the one I always went to as a kid. So I kind of felt that would be an interesting twist on the what will hopefully become Act 1 excitement, Act 2 extreme rage at them completely botching all of this, and then Act 3. We rally, and Tony and I somehow miraculously this morning both get them, which is extremely unlikely. But I've got an umbrella in my trunk. I got my old college flannel shirt on. And I can't stop for coffee because I need to get there as quick as possible. Because they told me 2 hours before yesterday, and they were all sold out. So today I'm aiming for 3 hours. And a friend of the show who works for Toys R Us said his Toys R Us got 66 of them, rather than Meijer, who only got, like 10, 15 each. It's very, very small numbers.
Decided to go do Detroit Donuts, Bagels and Subs. Used to be a Dunkin' Donuts, actually, but they de-franchised. They became disenfranchised with Dunkin' Donuts. So we're going to go ahead and get some coffee here, because it'll actually, instead of Krispy Kreme, now that I think about it, I'll be able to get to Best Buy on time. Got about 10 minutes here. It's about 5 minutes up the block. So we'll see what happens. All right. Just got done waiting at Best Buy. I don't have it yet, but I do have a ticket to get one. It is 9:18. I waited in the rain. It was cold outside. I had little heat pack things, and I have until 1 to get back here, so I'm gonna go make sure my kid gets to daycare, bring my wife some breakfast, and come back instead of waiting another 40 minutes on the cold concrete here. So we're getting one, just not quite yet. Didn't want to record too much while I was waiting, because I didn't want to seem like a freak. I am waiting currently, watching the kid for a little bit before he goes to daycare. I will be back to Best Buy. 100% ready to play that Super Nintendo. I already have one just over there, but whatever. Still waiting for my wife to finish a conference call and watching the baby. So I will perform for you the NBC jingle. I think I could do that a little better. Oh, beautiful. Oh, what's up, dog? What are you doing? What are you doing? Here it is. Finally. Went back to Best Buy, picked it up with my voucher.
Okay, so I've never actually filmed in my car with this this phone. So you'll love my framing. It's Kubrickian, I'd say, but despite all odds, I finally fucking got one. Yeah, I have a picture of like just a stack of them, like 66 of them. And obviously by the time this episode ever airs, I'm certain everyone will have ripped all the important ROMs and stuff off of this. They'll figure out how to jailbreak it and put stuff on it. Oh god, it's so obvious I haven't had coffee this morning. Probably gonna end up buying a repro cart with the actual Star Fox 2 ROM on it that's finally been released, which I thought would literally never happen because of the Super FX 2 and Super FX, the way that they are kind of, you know, being handled intellectual property wise. So just gonna buy a repro cart with that new ROM, get to play that. I'm rambly as hell right now.
So, we got it, finally, thank God. I went back to Best Buy, got it, and I'm really looking forward to this thing, honestly, because there's actually some games on here I have never played, believe it or not. Let's see here, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy III, I haven't played all the way through. I've played about 2/3 of it. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I've never played. Super Punch-Out, never played. I was kind of more of an RPG, like Zelda guy back during that time frame. Played Mega Man X. I've never played Castlevania 4. I, regrettably, when I was a kid, sold off my Super Mario RPG cart before I knew it would be like a rarer sort of game or like a less common game. And so I'm looking forward to playing Super Mario RPG again. Yeah, there's some good stuff over here, honestly. Oh, there we go, get him. Oh, go get the mailman, buddy. Oh, you go get him. Ruff. Oh, you get him, buddy. Okay, all done. That's a good boy. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just really I'm super excited for this. Obviously, Star Fox 2. I have not played the final version. I did not play the ROM that was sent to me. Again, didn't seek out the ROM. It was sent to me. Some people have been contacting me regarding that in terms of like, oh, Tony, did you know that it's out and this and that? I wanted to be able to play it on this. Official hardware, actually own it, all that good stuff. All that stuff I said last night when I was frustrated. Maybe you're thinking, hey, I take it all back. I don't. This was a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass. I was out in the cold. All that stuff. But yeah, no, it was ultimately worth it in the end. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't worth it in the end. I haven't played it yet. I don't know. All right, I bet a lot of you are probably going to comment, hey, Tony, you know, like, what about your Star Fox 2 review? What about your Star Fox 2 review? Probably not going to do that immediately because I think the market's kind of flooded with Star Fox 2 reviews right now. But if you do want something Star Fox 2 from us, there's a couple different videos that we did Star Fox 2 materials. One, we did a full review / kind of playthrough of Star Fox 2, the final beta, a couple of years ago, and then we threw a bunch of ice cream at each other. So there's that, classic Hard for Games, food fight. Also, just like a week ago, I released information on the 2 alpha ROMs that were built from the source code. So you can actually check those out and check the video out if you want to. And then one of our super early videos, Nintendo Top 5 Cock Teases. We included Star Fox 2 as one of the top 5 cock teases and gave some information on it. So not going to do a Star Fox 2 review just yet, but there is definitely some Star Fox 2 goodness, Hard for Games wise, out there if you're interested. So I'm
I don't have much room.
Scooting in with my boy John here. I kind of recorded an outro already, but John came over, so I figured we kind of record another one, and I would just kind of intermix the two or keep both of them on.
Yeah. One funny little thing that I did not mention during mine was, you know, every new person who came in to the Toys R Us was like very quickly walking over to the nice gentleman named Todd.
Classic Todd.
He was a great guy. But people kept going like, how many do you have? Is it okay if I wait in line? And then there was this one little old lady came over And I'm thinking, this little old lady wants to play Star Fox 2. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to get me some Street Fighter 2 and just trash on my grandkids. Like, you can't Hadouken for shit, you little squirts. And I'm like,
is this
yeah,
serious?
that's going to be
Is this
awesome.
really like what happened?
No, and what ends up happening is she walks over. This is like what my mind is thinking.
Okay.
And then she goes, excuse me, son, do they have those LOL dolls here? And we're all like looking around like,
What the fuck?
is that a real thing? And like Todd's like, oh, are those supposed to come out today? Oh.
I thought you were saying that story as if she actually was talking about Hadouken.
No. This is like me thinking like, damn, this is so
Okay.
cool. It's like me just projecting onto this person.
Okay.
And then it turns out she was trying to get like this new type of doll that also came out on the same day. And then she was like, there's so many people in line, I'm worried I might not get one. And he's like, no one else here is here for that.
One thing that I noticed that really did bring me back to the 90s was that every single employee at the two Meijers that I talked to, so altogether there were probably like 4 or 5 employees I talked to, were all like, oh, you're here for one of the Nintendos. And then like I had one of them call another location, was like, how many of them Nintendos do you have in? You got any of them Nintendos? So it was just like, brought you back to the 90s, where it's like your mom referred to your N64 or your Sega Genesis,
Or just the carts
or just
as
the carts
Nintendos.
as Nintendos, and it's like, that's the name of the brand. That's not the name of the product. You know, it'd be like saying that your iPhone is an Apple's. Well, either way, hey guys, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. And hey, you know, let us know your Super NES classic horror stories and success stories in the comments below.